Clarence says, just ended a 12-year-old relationship, been cheated on several times. Why did it take several times for you to break it up? And I finally decided to kick her out, which I did, but I keep having these anxiety attacks. Feels like I miss her, but I really don't. No, you don't miss her. What you're missing, I tell you what you're missing. It feels really weird. How do I make it stop? Any tips? Thanks. Cheers from Sweden. Sweden. All right. First of all, how old are you? Can you share that, please? Well, while I'm waiting for you, I tell you what you're missing. First of all, you finished that relationship. Congratulations, because that should have been done sooner. But Clarence says, I'm 38. Okay, but what you're missing is not necessarily her. It is her, but it's not her, the one that you broke up with. It's her, the one that you used to know before she started cheating. It's her, the one that you had intimacy with. It's her, the one that sex still fresh in your mind, and you are basically running on that memory. But that's part of the thing that you miss. And you miss her because of the interactions, because human being is accustomed to not remember the bad things. We forget the bad things and we only selectively focus on the good stuff, even in the relationship, because that is what's most comfortable, and we are tuned into finding positivities in our lives and relationships, to think about the good stuff, to make us happy and feel secure. So naturally, by selection, you don't focus on the bad stuff. You focus on the pleasure than the pain. That's why you obviously gonna miss her, because that's what you're looking at her. The perception that you have of her is not the actuality of who she is and how she is today. You're actually perceiving her based on how she used to be before all these things, or separate from the negativities. You focus on that. So that perception is superimposed on what she is today, what she represents today, her behavior, her actions, and then you're incapable of seeing her as who she is, her actuality. So that kind of messes you up and you think you miss her. But another thing that is very important is that when you were with her in that 12 years, you were engaged in certain things during the day. Those certain things that you were doing and she was doing, and many of it together, whether individually or together, the whole thing that you were doing during your day was a bunch of things that you were doing. Those things are called mechanical processes. Whether you woke up together, or whether you ate together, or made coffee together, or you went to, school or to job and you texted, or you went to gym together, or whatever, meet people, or cinema, or dinner, or what the activities that you did, whatever it was, those are the mechanical processes. Those mechanical processes created a certain routine, a certain discipline. That certain routine and discipline led into an order, a certain order of life. So your life with her in it had created a certain order based on the certain things that you were doing. That order is very important. Why? Because the brain is not like the other parts of your body, the limbs and things, physical parts of your entity, that when you know where they are, you can see them, you can touch them, you can feel them, then you feel they're secure. They're here and you're in a secure environment, you're in a secure home or apartment, you feel the security of your physical portion of your entity. The mind doesn't find its security in the physicality of an environment, in a physical environment. The mind finds its security, because the life as we know it is mind and body. The body finds its security through warmth and this and that, and knowing that you're safe. The mind is also looking for security, but it doesn't find its security in the physical locality, in physical environment. It finds its security in the order of life. The order that you have created included her in it, and together it was a certain discipline. And the mind would find its security in that routine, in that order, in that discipline. Now, when you break up, beside the fact that you're going to miss the person because of you were used to her and all the other things that we just talked about, you will now miss the order, because the order is broken. The discipline, the routine of life is broken, is no longer continuing the same story, the same rhythm. It's like the music, the orchestra was playing and few of its key players are now out, and the rhythm is not the same. The music is interrupted. That interruption is creating instability in the mind. The mind can't find its security because the order is broken now. But mind still wants its order. Where does it find it? Mind goes into the memory, because in the memory, the way things were, it's recorded. And although in the reality and actuality life, the order is broken because of the breakup, everything has been recorded, because we are a recording machine. We record 24/7. Everything, all our lives. So mind goes into the memory and finds that lifestyle, that order, and finds its security there. And because it finds its security there, because it can't tell virtuality to actuality, so it finds the order order and says, okay, I'm happy here. So keeps ruminating, keep reminiscing, keep thinking about that, and stays in the memory. While it's staying in the memory to find its security through the order that it's been recorded there, because it's not in the actuality present anymore, that order, it gets engaged and gets busy and feels comfortable in the field of the known, the consciousness. Everything is known there. So the mind finds comfort in what it knows. There are no surprises, knows the order. So settles there. While it's settling there, what is it seeing? It's seeing her, because she's part of that order that the recording is now keeping the mind company. While it keeps saying that, then automatically the prerequisites for the desire to be formed, which is also recorded, the file will come up. All the prerequisites are met because it's also recorded, and you don't tell the difference between this is a recording of the prerequisites that have been met, or it's the actuality being again met again. You can't tell the difference. So because it's also there and the mind finds its security there, and also she's hanging around in the memory, then you start desiring her again, because everything seems like, oh, it's everything is now met. The prerequisites for desire is met. I'm seeing her, I find security there, I miss her, because you're constantly seeing her in the memory. Then you desire her, and then you feel I'm off balance, and then I gotta have her. These are all fictitious, untrue. They are memory, they are perceptions, they are not actuality. You need to focus on the actuality of who she is today, not how things were and what you selected and purposely deselected the bad stuff that was happening and focus on the good stuff. Not that. You gotta focus on the actuality of her. That's the kind of person, that's what she has done, that's what I couldn't take it anymore, that's why we broke up. That is who she is. That's what you should be focusing. Then you would not miss her, because you're not crazy. You would simply understand what you're faced with. But if you keep continuing what I just explained to you, you will be misled and thinking that that's why did I break up? Everything seems to be good, because you'll be focusing on what you're missing, which is not the actuality of how things are. Hope that will help you out. Clarence.